Yes! I'm so happy because, oh, yes, we are on the episode 60. So it's something really precious for all of us. Ah! So we're so happy as you can see or maybe hear. And once again, I'm here just to remember you and to say hello to everyone. And of course, welcome to the San Miguel Brief. Remember that this is a space for everyone, and of course, especially for our English speaking community. And I'm Maria, and today we have local important updates from San Miguel. So now let's begin with the exchange rate. The US dollar is currently priced at 60.56 pesos to buy and 17.69 pesos to sell. These figures may fluctuate through the day changes in global markets and local economic factors, so it's a good idea to keep an eye on updates. If you are planning to exchange money or make an international purchase, checking the last rate can help you to make most on your dollars and of course to make most financial decisions. So we hope that you're still having a great time, a great day, and that again we're here just to show you that we have this exchange rate just for you so you can have it already on your minds. And remember that now the social media of Radio San Miguel is now with full of new content. As we are passing these days, you're going to see a lot of reels, something really new and excited that we haven't planned in here. And of course the San Miguel Brief is part of this social media, so it will be something really beautiful for everybody. And if you just search about more information or want to have the brief of the updates, you can also search in the Facebook or in the social media of Radio San Miguel, and there you will see it. So now let's move on at the weather of San Miguel. So it's currently starting around 21 degrees with a soft breeze moving through the streets and creating a very pleasant atmosphere. So it's still been a lovely day overall, the bright, comfortable and perfect to enjoy some time outdoors without the heat feeling overwhelming. And for tomorrow, we're looking at a cold start as early in the morning, with temperatures are expected to be about 4 degrees as the day passed, and of course as the day progressed, the temperatures will rise steadily, reaching up to 25 degrees by the afternoon. So expect a fresh morning that slowly give you a way to a warm and enjoyable day. Just keep a light jacket, and for those just do the early hours, just be and have your precautions about the weather, but it's something really enjoyable. So we really hope that you still be loving this beautiful city, San Miguel, because today we go outside to search for more information to give you guys, and there is a lot of tourism, there is a lot of visitors in here. So you're watching us just for the first time, tell us what you think about San Miguel. Like if there is something that you really like it, what was your favorite part, if you already have a favorite meal, or just tell us everything, just comment us. And of course we want to read your message because we want to interact with you, with our community. Or maybe is this the first time and now you are just searching and having a lot of things to process, because I know that whenever you go to another place, maybe the first days you are like, okay, now I'm watching this, it's kind of beautiful, and maybe that architecture or that monumentum is something really nice, but at the end of the trip you already have your things that you like, the things that you probably don't like. So tell us what is in your mind and in your own perspective San Miguel at these dates, because of course we want to know. And I want to, well, all the San Miguel Brief team want to say hello and thank you very much to one of our followers. Her name is Nancy. that she is always with us looking for the updates from San Miguel International. So give her a big applause to her because we want more people like she. Yes. So it's something really beautiful, and I don't know, one day probably you will be here if you want to participate, or maybe when we go outside we can make a little interview with you. So that will be something really interesting, and of course something really fun and fabulous to have you in the show. So thank you very much, Nancy. And now let's move on to a segment about a temple of nuns, like is known, or more like all the San Miguelenses will know, Templo de las Monjas, because this temple have a lot of history. And most of the time, we just center on the main garden and all the things that are all around the main garden, and we forget about the other parts. This temple is so close to the parroquia, so I guess it's one of the common stage where the people go, or the common church, to see something different. But a lot of them miss this part, and it's something particularly nice with a lot of meaning and with a lot of history, and I guess with a lot of sense to all the San Miguelenses. So if you came here and you're just visiting, or you already live here and you don't have any chance, I recommend you to go to this church because it has a lot of history and kind of different things inside of the church that are different to other ones. So it's something really interesting.
Muy buenos días.
Really nice
Arrancamos de mañana.
that you may want to know. So let's go ahead with this. Hello everybody from the San Miguel Brave Fan Maria, and here I am at Templo de las Monjas. Most of you don't know this templo and all about his story, or what the church is about, if there is a meaning, and especially what is the relation that this templo, this church, have with the Centro Cultural El Nigromante. So in here we're going to show you about the little things that you can find over here. This is a new spot here in San Miguel and into the San Miguel Brave that you can come and watch, because we have more than La Parroquia. We have a lot of churches, so it's something really interesting. So let's go and see inside of it. In the heart of San Miguel de Allende, historic center, stands the Temple of La Inmaculada Concepción, better known as Las Monjas, or the Temple of Nuns. This beautiful church dates back in the 18th century and was originally part in cover from Conceptionist nuns. The construction began around 1755 thanks to the support of Maria Josefa Lina de la Canal, a wealthy local woman who dedicated her fortune to religious and social causes. One of the most striking features of the temple, it is a large dome, added in the late 19th century. Its design was inspired by Les Invalides in Paris, giving the church a unique European touch right in the center of San Miguel. Inside the temple houses colonial-era religious and artwork reflecting the importance of faith, art, and education during the colonial period. The nickname Las Monjas comes directly from the nuns who once lived and worshipped here. Right next to the temple is the Centro Cultural Ignacio Ramírez, El Nigromante. This building was originally part of the same convent complex. After the reform law of the 19th century, the convent was closed and its space was later transformed. In 109,062, it became a cultural center dedicated to the arts and education. Today, El Nigromante is home to art workshops, exhibitions, murals, and performances, and it is named by Mexico National Institute of Fine Arts. The center is named after Ignacio Ramírez, a writer, journalist, and liberal thinker born in San Miguel de Allende, known for his defense of free thought, education, and social progress. So there you have this beautiful capture and video clip about this beautiful church, and out of the church there is just a little no, how do you say? Oh my God, I forgot the word in English. A little es- a store? A store? Yes, a little store where you can go and buy these beautiful cookies that they are so delicious. They are the best ones. So you can go to this church and see what is inside, have a different perspective or a different church that we have in San Miguel. And at the end of your tour, you can go to the store and buy this cookie that I promise you that you will never regret it because they are so delicious. So it's something really historic with a lot of meaning for all of us, and this is what we're trying to make during the next episodes because we want to bring you more information about important facts and important things that happen in here in San Miguel. Don't worry, we're just having a great time in here. Don't worry, nothing is wrong. So I'm going to pass this information for yourself with all my lives, with all my beautiful vibe, I guess, my happy vibe, and I want you just to show you this to the San Miguel Brave because now we're passing a great time. But I was saying that is something that we really want to try to make on the next episodes because we want to show you more about San Miguel with a lot of meaning and with a lot of history. Because most of the time we just put San Miguel updates or news or announcements, but most of the time the people in here or the visitors or the residents don't even kind of know the true meaning behind something. So we want to share this so you can have a different taste from San Miguel and you can really enjoy it and feel this love that we all feel for our beautiful city. So you can know exactly the roots of our town. So that's why we're going to give you more video clips about the story of San Miguel. So if you know somebody that now have a lot of information, or maybe if you want to know more about one theme particularly, or maybe you are interested about something that you are just curious about your neighborhood, about the historic center, something like that way, you can also comment so we could know and bring you this information because that is useful for us. And of course, because we want to give you information and video clips and all that you really want to hear and that you really want to know and that is attractive for yourself. So the only thing that you need to do is comment us. What's the thing that you are interested? What's the thing that you would like to know? And that's everything. We are going to give you that and we are going to handle the rest. So now we're moving to another segment about violence. That is something now that is the International Day of the School for no violence on schools. So it's something really interesting because this is just talking about there's meaning that the violence is something that we can just eradicate by our education. And as we know, most of our educations begin at our homes, but at the same time in the school. So it's something really important that if there is any teacher, that there is any student, anyone, fathers, moms, sisters, everybody, just we need to hear about this because most of the time there is a lot of kids, there is a lot of children that is suffering bullying or suffering a lot of stuff that there is nothing really great. So we want to know, and of course we need to see the signals about our little ones because most of the time they are afraid of telling what's the things that they are passing, or maybe they don't find the correct words to explain the situation because it's kind of confusing at that time, and at that time you're scary and you need kind of help but you don't know how to ask for. There is a lot of stories and a lot of background behind this topic, so that's why we are going to share this information in case that you already know it. You can share to someone that really need to hear this, or maybe just to remember that it is something really important and how can you help or how can you change this perspective to mention it in a different way, just to communicate something on the proper way, or how to give a resolution to the problem so everybody could feel safe, could feel on peace, could feel free, because that's something really important. So now let's see this clip. Every year of January 3rd, schools around the world observe the School Day of Non-Violence and Peace. This day was inspired by the legacy of Mahatma Gandhi, whose life and work promote non-violence, tolerance, and peaceful coexist. The goal of this day is to remind students, teachers, and communities that peace begins with education. The School Day of Non-Violence and Peace encourage values such as respect, empathy, dialogue, and understanding. It teaches that conflicts do not have to be solved with violence, but through communication and cooperation. In a school, this day is often marked with activities like reflections, creative projects, pieces, symbols, and conversation about how small actions can make a big difference. More than just a date on the calendar, this day is a reminder that peace is built every day in the way we speak, listen, and treat one another. Because when we choose kindness over violence, we help create a safer and more compassionate world. So now you have this information, and I was saying that this is something really important that we really need to care about. And most of the time, we just act for the things that we feel. Sometimes we don't act being conscious about what we are making, and we just follow our feelings. And most of the time, that it's kind of tricky because we need to be so focused on the things that we are making. So now, when you are trying to make something with someone, I invite you to start thinking first. I know that sometimes it is kind of confusing or tricky again, because everybody just tells us, if you feel something, just make it. And just go to that feeling. And I kind of agree on that, but maybe I will say that it's 50-50. If you feel something, you can go over there. But sometimes whenever you are feeling something, that doesn't mean that it's a good idea to make it. One of the things that you need to do is just be there. If you are sitting down or whatever you are making, process what you are feeling it, and then start thinking what's the thing that you're going to do next with that you are feeling. And that's where the better actions, the better things became, because now we make a big pause, and now we're really thinking of what we are making, what we are teaching, what we are just going to say to everybody, to ourselves, to any kind of particular situation. So I know that most of the time it's kind of hard to guide someone and tell them this is the great part, because at first we are nobody to tell someone what they need to do, or what is good or what is right, or there is good and bad, because we know that life it is like it is. There is a lot of truths at the same time, and most of these truths are just true. I mean, there is nothing fake, because everybody have their own life, their own term, their own experiences. But I guess that is something really important to remember, that we all need to have respect with ourselves and with others. So just be with you, and maybe you can have the correct answer, or maybe the correct perspective or something to tell anybody. But I know that you can do just be there, having a pause, and then think of the things that you're going to make to somebody, and then you decide if you're act or not. That will be something really particularly good, and kind of a key if you are just facing some of these kind of consequences, or maybe not consequences, but situations in our lives, because everybody pass about this. So the really meaning of this message is just to be kind, to have a lot of empathy with everybody, And this is everything that we want to know and that you need to do for ourselves, for just have a beautiful atmosphere over us and in the jobs, in the community, in our homes, in the work. So I know that that's as well is kind of hard, but I know that you could totally do it and it is more than worth it. So now let's move on to our section of Heads Up.
Heads Up, this is World Around Town.
So now we have a lot of events and some of them are happening at this time. So pay attention, and the first is that we're having a library guide tour. Discover every corner of this 50th century building, and it will be every Thursday at 11 a.m. The meeting point is at the library courtyard, and your donations support our program. So now let's move on to the next one. Well, I was saying now let's see the next one, and we have a chronic pain and the mind-body connection, what it is and what it takes hold, and how to recover from it, by Anne Croft at 3 p.m. at Sala Quetzal, and voluntary donations. And going to the next one, I want you to pay more attention about this, because it's our Feria de la Candelaria 2026 that it starts this day, 30th of January, and it will be at February 13th. This is at Seferinos Park from 10 a.m. until 8 p.m.
Heads Up, this is World Around Town.
So I'm going to remember you that we have this beautiful section of Heads Up, and this is a section where you just can participate. The only thing that you need to do is tell your story, if you have an announce to make, if you're searching for a place just to put your announce about a sale garage or events that you're having, an opening, everything can be possible. Just send us a message to our WhatsApp, that is 415-296-4668, and you can just send us a message, and of course we're going to respond you and give you all the details, all the information about the things that you need to have before coming up to this show and to this section of Heads Up. So it will be a pleasure that you make it, and of course it is totally free, so you can do it. And now let's move on to our national news, and we have Sheinbaum response to Trump's threat over tariffs and continues that send oil to Cuba. President Claudia Sheinbaum warned that the imposition of tariffs on countries that supply oil to Cuba could trigger a large-scale humanitarian crisis. She states that Mexico will act through diplomatic channels to avoid harming the Cuban people without putting the country at risk.
¿Qué va a hacer su gobierno, la postura de su gobierno ante este nuevo amago del presidente Trump de imponer aranceles a los países que envíen petróleo, ayuda a Cuba?
Qué bueno que lo preguntas. Preparé una declaración en este sentido, la voy a leer. Número 1, México reafirma de manera inequívoca el principio de soberanía y la libre autodeterminación de los pueblos, pilar fundamental de nuestra política exterior y del derecho internacional. 2, la aplicación de aranceles a países que suministran petróleo a Cuba podría desencadenar una crisis humanitaria de gran alcance, afectando directamente hospitales, alimentación, y otros servicios básicos del pueblo cubano, situación que debe evitarse mediante el respeto al derecho internacional y el diálogo entre las partes. 3. He instruido al secretario de Relaciones Exteriores para que establezca comunicación inmediata con el Departamento de Estado de Estados Unidos a fin de conocer con precisión los alcances del decreto que fue publicado el día de ayer y hacer saber también que hay que impedir una crisis humanitaria para el pueblo cubano. Y 4, México buscará distintas alternativas, evidentemente en la defensa también de México, obviamente, para ayudar de manera humanitaria al pueblo cubano que atraviesa un momento difícil, en línea con lo que ha sido históricamente nuestra tradición de solidaridad y respeto internacional. He pedido al secretario de la Fuente que hable con el Departamento de Estado para conocer los alcances y hacerle saber al gobierno de los Estados Unidos pues lo que significaría una crisis humanitaria y sobre todo nuestra solidaridad siempre con el pueblo cubano, que es lo más importante. Entonces vamos a esperar esta comunicación y por supuesto vamos a estar informando.
Well, there is she, the president, tell us what she thinks about this particular theme and what she's going to react and act about this situation. So now, in the other news, Sheinbaum reads Trump's message live following a bilateral call, confirms meetings in their respective countries.
Porque publicó el presidente Trump un comunicado sobre... Tuve una conversación telefónica muy productiva con la presidenta de México, Claudia Sheinbaum. Fue muy positiva para ambos países. Gran parte de la conversación se centró en la frontera, la lucha contra el narcotráfico y el comercio. Pronto volveremos a hablar y en última instancia programaremos reuniones en nuestros respectivos países. México tiene un líder maravilloso e inteligente. Deberían estar muy contentos por eso. ¿A alguien no le va a gustar esto? Muchas gracias al presidente Trump. Gracias a todas y a todos.
So again, we were just passing through a lot of updates and news about what Sheinbaum is going and working with Donald Trump. So there you have her response about this theme. And into the other news, we have Sheinbaum denies joint operations by the U.S. and Mexican agents on national territory, following the article published by the Wall Street Journal.
Si leen bien la nota del Wall Street, ahí dice claramente que México hizo el gabinete de seguridad, incluso se dio a conocer públicamente, incautó algunos de sus bienes y ahí dice claramente en el primer párrafo, porque una cosa es lo que dice en el encabezado, pero en la primera línea, si ustedes lo leen, dice claramente en la nota lo que hemos venido diciendo, lo que nosotros hemos venido diciendo.
Fue una operación entonces conjunta, o sea, sí se permitió la acción solamente de mexicanos.
Eso es muy importante para todos y también para el pueblo de México. Nosotros nunca vamos a aceptar.
So this is the national news that we still having for today. I hope that in Monday we have a lot of news and updates from you. So I'm still so happy because today's program is 60. Yes, very beautiful. Yes, with a lot of excitement. So we hope that you really like these episodes, that you have a great time with us and to the San Miguel Brief, that you really like it, that you wanted to share to everybody. And remember that we're going to see you on Monday at 6 p.m. So just wait us just a little time enjoy your weekend. Have a great time here in San Miguel or wherever you are watching us, and just enjoy the life. Have a great time. Be respectful with everybody, and just live the best of your life. I will see you on Monday.